bad, sorry. It's my first time in like a month and a half. Yeah, it's definitely been a little while. Especially for me. Yeah. We'll get you guys
don't forget to get their tickets on your paper Valentine, Betty Booper.
And just let us know as always. Can you hear us? Hopefully the audio is working. Yeah. Can you hear us today? We should be able to. Everything checked out. Really hope you guys can hear us. We're going to figure that out as we get some comments here. But today, what we're going to be doing is something a little bit different than we typically do. Normally we have a house shot, and if we decide to do sport, we do a sport. Today we have two different sport patterns out we talked about. Cheetah over here on lane 9. Newer version of Cheetah. And then on this particular lane, we have a 44-foot old pattern from this past year. Okay. And then we are going to be testing two different balls out today as the new balls being as well. First things first, that is just another addition to Harris. Oh, well, yeah, it's that is interesting. I mean, I definitely hear this stuff. I don't know. It looks maxed out as far as what the thing goes. So, does everybody hear the audio low? Oh, the mic's not working. All right, that's good to know. That was cool, man. Doesn't matter if you do it the same way every time. All right, how about now? Now can we hear us?
All right, we're getting
better, worse?
Yep, we're working. We're working. Hold on. Anything?
What do you got?
I got a yay.
Yay? You can hear us?
That's perfect. All right.
Could not tell you. Could not tell you.
We do the same thing every time.
Every single time we do this, it's plugged into Chris's phone.
And my phone's the one that usually works.
And it works beautifully. No idea what's going on. But welcome to the live stream, everybody. Thank you for, as always, keeping us right with the audio there. Hopefully it decides to stick around.
Yeah, but we're getting good. I'm just reading the comments. I hear you fine. Okay, we're good.
Beautiful. Now,
thank you, everybody, for helping us out. Because, like I said, we don't know unless I run into the shop and test
which is crazy. I just don't understand why it doesn't work the same way all the time.
Let's get to the show.
Back again. So we are testing out the Bionic today, as well as a concept. So take a look at this. Storm's new concept. That's a new addition to the Lab series. Same thing that the Level came from. Not the same cover, not the same core. So it's basically a brand new ball. It's got a lot of different things that are going on with it. The Bionic, on the other hand, is something that it's coming from the Ion line, which I find kind of interesting. If you know anything about the Ion line, you have the Ion Pro, the Ion Pro, the Ion Pro Solid, as well as the Ion Max, and now the Ion Max Pearl. All of those asymmetric. And the newest edition is just a strong symmetrical. that has kind of a mid-range cover on it. It's got the NRG cover on there. Comes at 4,000. It is a hybrid, and it does lane shine up pretty quick, so it's going to be a little bit of a cleaner piece overall. And then the concept. Now, this particular ball is very interesting. I don't think we've seen numbers or anything like out of Storm in a while. I think it only has 18 for diff and 261 for an RG, and on a cover that I feel is pretty beefy. It's pretty strong, and especially in terms of oil absorption.
It's got to be the fastest oil absorbing ball, especially since it doesn't flare and the oil is piling on top of each other.
Yeah, it's
gone. Today we'll see it a little bit stay on just a hair bit longer than a house shot practice, just because obviously we have 30 some mils on the left lane here. So
yeah, and if you don't know, obviously you might not have been able to hear us on lane 39 today. We're going to have Cheetah, which is the newer version of Cheetah. It's got beefed up volume a little bit. And then on lane 40, we have a 44-foot junior gold pattern from this past season as well. So 2 different sport shots that we're going to put both of these on, and hopefully we're able to keep the audio out through the entire thing. So we'll definitely have to keep us honest in that one. I'll come back and keep checking the comments. But other than that, nothing else to do really but throw some shots. Like I said, we're going to be testing these up against a couple different balls. I have up against my concept, I have an IQ 78U, which is much closer to your thing, like after the couple shots that I watched with it. And my Bionic, I have a Phase 2 Pearl I'm going to put that up against, just because after the Bionic lane shined up a little bit, covers are very similar looking at very least. So
yeah. So, and I have the Rockstar, same layout. Whoop, there it is, Rockstar. Same layout as I put on the Bionics, which is a 4 3/4 by 30. And then for the concept comparison, I know it's not a storm ball, folks, but it's the ball that everybody loves to hate. Purple Hammer. Same kind of layout on both. The pin's about 5 inches by 10, 5 1/4 by 10 from my PAP. On urethane type balls, I try to push the pin as far high up away from the center of my grip. I know it's probably a little hard to see there, but I always try to pump push it up a little bit to try and create a little bit more differential, possibly.
A little more differential and just a little more overall response. I mean,
try and trick them a little bit.
Exactly. So, yeah, outside of that, we're going to go ahead and throw you guys on. We have 2 separate downlink cameras. One's kicked back a little further just because we're limited on Zoom, apparently. But obviously, we're going to have 2 set up there. I'm going to try to keep those on the entire time, with the exception of hoping that we don't lose the audio for switching this camera off. So feel free to throw some comments in there. We're going to keep jumping back and forth to check those as we're throwing some shots. Let us know what your thoughts are, all that good stuff. So, yeah, let's take a look.
Yeah. And I think the Bionic, I think, is I feel like Storm, since the Phase 2, has always been trying to figure out how to make another Phase 2 type ball.
Good luck.
If you think about the Axiom, the Summit Ascents, they make these balls. And so I feel like this maybe is another one of those because the numbers are similar to a Phase 2. You got 247, 050. So very similar numbers to a Phase 2-ish ball. So always interested to see like which one will finally be able to stay in the line like the Phase 2 has.
Sure.
I thought a Rockstar was pretty close. A little more downlane movement in the Rockstar. How we doing there? Any questions or anything?
Yeah, we're going to go. You can throw some shots whenever you're ready.
All right. So I did bowl my concept in league on Monday.
Don't worry, it's not going to look like that. So.
Uh-oh. I bowled mine on Monday in league. I bowled about a game and a half just to try it out. Had to. Just want to see what it would do.
Yeah, that doesn't look very good there. Change that.
All right. Just
bear with me, guys. I'll get this set up.
Oh, boy. That fell off my hand.
Yeah, that's not very good either. Don't worry, you're not missing much, I promise.
A little more rosin would be good.
All right, looks like we are going to have to kick one of these off. Going to keep working with the audio.
Audio still not good?
Yeah, we'll see if that works.
Are we on the Wi-Fi for down here?
We sure are.
Just curious if that might be it.
Hey now. And I fiddle with this camera over here. All right, guys, can you still hear us? I did have to change the audio around just again real quick. My apologies there. As soon as I get rid of the one camera. All right.
Hey, I struck. Hopefully the audio is good.
Yeah, I think the audio sounds pretty good there. So, and we'll be able to see the ball go through the pins a little bit better on the one camera for lane 39. We're just getting more of the whole shape of 39 with the left camera there. So, or actually, I guess it switched it on me. It's gonna be on the right camera. Before he's throwing some shots.
Oh!
That is the concept
blue board
there
did not
on,
peel.
on 39. Yeah, so
Yeah,
Cheetah these days is kind of interesting. I heard some people talking about it too. That used to be he just stood there and you throw it at the one board and it is going to hook.
Oh, it's not.
And now it doesn't.
There's
do
like
that anymore.
spots of hook.
Yeah.
There's like little windows.
And I think we're on a little bit more of the opposite end of the spectrum here. We're 44 feet. And that's just the Bionic there on the lane, on the right lane, 44 feet. And we'll swap here in just a little bit. There, that's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Kind of the right
And
idea.
as far as the junior gold patterns, I always find most of them, a high percentage of allow you to play the outside part of the lane.
Sure. Thankfully.
You can't just bank it out that way, but it allows you to play way right.
And I'm a big fan of that, as always. Okay, I'm a big fan of being able to stay a little further right. Keep the angles a little tighter. I'm always for it. But too bad the house shot here makes you curve them. Either dead curve them or jam them up the track. Still throwing that concept on 39. Real easy to see that despite it being, I don't know if they're still trying to market it as urethane-like, that particular ball definitely gets through a little cleaner, and it's definitely sharper once it sees that defined friction than what something probably just straight urethane would be.
I'll throw the purple here. I should have probably thrown it here. I gotta get some oil on it. Whatever oil there is from last night on this lane.
Yeah, I'll take a shot here on the.
There we go. Look at that. Look at it lather up.
I do have some games on that Bionic that I'm throwing right now, so did lane shine up a little bit. I didn't decide to touch it back. It's just a 4,000 finish, I believe, that is on that Bionic. So it's meant to be a little cleaner anyway. It'll take about 2 shots to get rid of that. While your concept here on lane 39, Chris hasn't touched this with surface either. The concept is sitting at 1,000 out of box. And I got to be honest, mine lane shined up a little bit in comparison, but nothing crazy. But I do have a lot of games on it.
The concept?
Yeah, I think I have probably about 5 games on it at this point.
Yeah, I feel like it didn't really change. I mean, I only bowled a game and a half, but I feel like it didn't change much. But again, it was 1,000, so.
Sure.
I felt like my concept when I bowled league on the pattern you're on 40 for league on Monday, at first it shaped really well, and just like a urethane bowl over time, as the lane transitioned, it did not over-respond. It did not really respond hard in the back. It's really laid off over time. So it's had a feel-ish of a urethane.
And once again, we didn't really bowl on these on this pair prior to throwing some shots here with you guys. So not quite broken down yet, especially for a cleaner piece.
That one peeled off the one board.
Yeah, that one definitely jumped a little bit there.
Yeah, and I think the idea of, I would say, without reading the whole concept behind it, is that they trying to get the oil to go in as fast as possible.
Morning, everybody. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Just interrupt us here real quick. If you haven't already, like and share the stream. We want to get you guys a chance to get one of those free Buddies merch packs, and we'll be announcing the winner at the end of the stream. And I'm going to switch to the Phaze 2 Pro here to combine them against Bionic. And Chris, you can keep talking about the concept.
So the concept, every other time a company has tried to make a urethane-ish reactive ball, they have over plasticized. And if you're new to this, plasticizer is the chemical, the reactive or resin chemical that makes a reactive ball grip the lane. But if you put too much in the ball, you oversaturate it, you actually make the cover stock die, which is pretty much what happens when your ball does die. The plasticizer moves to the top, too much goes to the top of the ball. In this case, they somehow have tried to remove some of the plasticizer. That way the oil gets sucked in faster.
Makes sense. Oh my goodness.
By opening the pores up in the ball. So I think where we've seen like levels, NUs, as they get some use, they actually still skid too much in the front of the lane.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
I think the idea, and I was going to say concept, but that's the name of the ball, is to get the ball to dig, get the oil in as fast as possible, so it's always digging early.
Sure, and obviously the differential controlling the overall amount of shape for very least trying
Right,
to,
so that way, yeah, both ways of trying to produce a urethane-ish reaction without killing the cover by opening the pores up more to get the oil to go in so much faster.
Sure. Guys, I don't know if you caught the one there on the right lane. That Bionic is actually, the Phase 2 Pearl is actually in a pretty good line there. It just sailed right through. So, very least the Bionic looks like he's trying to hook up a little sooner. That's pretty cool. This thing's definitely not.
I think looking
not quite as soon. Yeah, we'll switch back into the Bionic. Throw another shot or two, and then since I still have some fresh conditions on 40, I might try to put my concept in the hands as well. See what it does in 44 feet. Both of these balls do come out on the 27th. So if you're interested in what you're looking at here today, Chris keeping it on the lane for everybody to see how well it does.
I'm trying to throw it to the one board.
But I mean, if that's what you're trying to do on Cheetah anyway, I just don't really understand. So, and then obviously just trying to get through, do the right shape.
I feel like I might just throw it up like 4 or 5. It's gonna be fine. So we'll do that.
Oh, that was way up the lane. There you
So
go.
I'm
That
gonna move my eyes from like 2, 3 at the shadow to like 4 or 5.
Now, I did get to throw some shots with this Bionic on something of a broken down house shot. We did post a 5 shots from 5 places video, so that's what it was on.
And then it doesn't go enough.
And Bionic not too crazy strong down lane, despite it shining up pretty quick. It's not so clean to the point where it kind of gets behind it. It's got a little more control built into it than that. Maybe pull one a little closer than that last shot. Yeah, it's a little closer. And once again, probably not the exact ball I would have been in on 44 feet in a fresh sport pattern, but that's what we got out today. But I do want to grab this concept, put it in my hands, see if it decides to dig early enough from 44 feet to make a difference. 1,000 feet, so, or 1,000 feet.
Yeah, this Cheetah has all, we bowled league on in the summer, definitely a little trickier than the old one.
Yeah.
Because you get too close to the friction super quick.
Yeah.
You try to wheel it to the friction because of how much volume there is in a short distance.
Sure.
It goes past it. The kids have been bowling on this for like 10 weeks now in junior league and not having fun.
Yank another one over my left toe, why not?
At some point I gotta shoot a spare.
Yeah, so I got the concept on 40 as well, so rolling on both lanes here. And I did not touch the concept with any surface today, although if it was me, I always touch my urethane-like balls, a little surface before I'm bowling on something, so not everybody's the same way. I just can't help it, that's all. But I probably would end up hitting this thing with surface just to keep it there.
So there I just what I tried doing there is creep a little bit left, throw a little slower to get the ball to respond.
I don't think she's going to want this either. So if you guys have seen anybody throwing any of these pieces, or if you've had something like the level and you're just looking for something maybe probably a little sharper down lane, just let us know what your thoughts on are these. Or if you ever bowled on anything like Cheetah, and you know what were you doing to kind of combat those conditions? Move just a hair right here. Hair right a little softer. Stay a little closer to it. That's pretty good.
Now you're being pretty firm with it right now. I felt like when I was firmer with it, it's not
Starting to get behind it.
Yeah, it's like just too lazy down lane.
Sure.
Which, no different than your thing, but what would do.
Yeah, I'd like to see it after a couple shots as we get some play in on lane 44 here, if it even with it being a little further right.
Ah, there we go. Oh, it didn't strike.
It's pretty good, though.
Got one to peel off of it.
Not exactly digging quite like a urethane ball would. You definitely see it, even on longer patterns, things with a little bit more volume anyway. Traditional urethane, you could still really see slow down in those first 30 feet or so. And whether it keeps continuing as it goes off of that's a different story. But really you can kind of see them slow down. I don't necessarily see that out of this ball right out of the gate. But don't let that be confusing. This ball still hooks, so it's just I think something with just a little bit more friction, a little more defined friction is probably going to play with a little better. And the 44-foot pattern makes it look pretty smooth. But you could definitely still tell, at least from my perspective. Maybe you guys can't quite see it quite as early as what I can. It's not quite slowing down in the same fashion. I bet you if I did hit it with something a little more heavy duty, 500 or something in that ballpark, you'd see something a little different, which I just may. Just because we have you guys on the stream. So actually, I got a fresh 500 here. So we'll chalk it up, see what happens.
Oh, we tell you.
It's only 500, I promise. But it's a fresh one. Clean it off a little bit and then take you guys to it. All right. I wouldn't judge his first shot too hard just because it's a lot of surface on the ball. Give it a shot or two to kind of blend in, but I'm going to be on top of the same place. I'm hoping to see this thing really just kind of pick up and be smoother. I mean, it definitely picked up about 16 feet sooner.
Yeah, so Sam, you're saying that the concept will give you back end. Not a lot, though.
Probably nothing crazy, but it's definitely more shape overall than some of the urethanes that we're seeing.
Yeah, like I said, when I threw it, when the lane was fresh, it got some back end. But as the lane transitioned just a little bit, it did not, didn't really do that.
I'm gonna throw this one in the middle of the lane and get some oil on it, and see if I can hold it up to the down lane camera, and you guys can see that these oil lines do not last on these balls, or on this particular ball anyway. But I'll put in a little more volume, that way you guys can at least be able to determine for yourself.
So that was the purple. Sorry.
Sit that one in the middle of the lane, and oh, I still got to the 1-3. When this ball comes back, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the oil rings or lack thereof. That one at the very least got some play it. So if you guys can tell.
Yep. Back up just a hair. There you go.
Yeah, so this is what's left. Throwing it in the middle of the lane on a sport pattern, a 16 dip ball. There was not much going on there, if anything, especially by the time we showed it to the camera. So it is pretty crazy how fast this thing absorbs oil.
So I'm going to throw the purple here a couple shots.
Same kind of thing there. Even that was pretty jumpy.
That was a little earlier.
All right. Now I'll throw a regular shot again with the concept here. Once again, I did hit this with 500 a second ago. So. That's definitely digging a little earlier. Like I said, that's probably what I would keep something like that at. Unless I'm bowling a house shot and I intend to use that, I'll probably keep this with quite a bit of surface on it. Once again, just trying to keep the ball to make sure it does slow down. Put a little heavier grit rate out of the gate. The reason this thing is coming in at 1,000, now, granted, they want you to see that it slows down earlier. And 1,000 for most people is going to be enough. And if we start bowling on a little heavier volumes of oil or anything like that, probably want to let it dig in a little harder.
And that shot there shows you a little bit of the new Cheetah. Like, even with the urethane, getting too close to the gutter, super quick.
Yeah, just kind of skated off
Then
it.
moving like a board off of that, trying to open up the lane just a touch. The urethane isn't enough because the
Sure. Move in just a little here with mine. All right. Now this ball is constantly digging. So interesting. Put a little teeth on it and it just keeps going. Because I mean, I'm probably 5 left of where I ended when I didn't have any surface on it. And
So
same thing. Like by the time this thing gets back here, it is minimal oil left on the ball. So very neat. Yeah, I would agree. I would say that Storm's definitely putting out some interesting shapes overall. Always got to keep innovating and see what the next latest and greatest thing is. I'm going to get a new rack here on 40.
Oops, sorry about that. I mean, hit the mic.
Now I'm going to see if I can start firming up. Because I don't want to get in the middle of the lane on a 44-foot pattern with the ball. It's not really made to hook a ton. So I'm going to firm up just a little bit in comparison to the last couple shots. See if that'll hold line. That's a little closer. And that one kind of blew through it. So, but that's that is the trouble with a ball like that. So much better on something that has just a little more defined friction. I guarantee after a few games, maybe after a game or so, getting a track burn in the line, you can actually see that thing start to shape a little bit. Whoa, what time we got here? 11. We'll swap.
Yeah, let me throw. Try and
a little more.
I was gonna say because when I see like that super early hook spot and then a big hang spot to the left of that little area, I know I was moving left trying to throw it there. I would generally just move right and try to figure out how to like jam it into that.
For sure. That's so I'm planning on doing here. Just go back a little further
like,
right.
Oh, there is a hook spot there, but hook spot's so minimal.
Yeah, even move it a little further right. I mean, that is definitely a lot smoother overall, though, front to back than what when it was right out of the box. So probably a good idea to hit it with some surface. But I have yet to really get it on Cheetah there, so we'll see. See if
Then you shoot by flat 10.
changes. Once again, guys, like and share this just so we can go ahead and get you guys to a chance to win a free Buddies merch pack. How will we compare it to the level? I think it's probably sharper than the level, more responsive, and just in general. It looks like it has a stronger cover overall. I mean, the level was definitely smoother, a smoother shape between the two. They're going to say that this ball is probably urethane-like. I don't really know if that's exactly how they're marketing it. I wouldn't agree.
I think it's just to give guys something different than the 78.
Yeah.
On tour, particularly for on tour.
Not to compare balls like this, but it's probably closer to something like an NU than it would be a level. Because I felt like the NU was still a little sharper than some, but it clean, it like shined up real quick too, is what the NU did. I don't necessarily think that's what this ball's going to do, but probably a little closer to NU. I think the NU is a little cleaner, a little sharper than the level, and I think the level is just smoother overall. And I think this is probably just a hair stronger cover than what the level was in terms of response, especially down lane. So. Woo!
We're sliding into first, and you feel something burst. That's my ball sliding through the pin deck.
And the type of patterns we would see this particular ball on, the concept anyway, are shorter patterns of things we're going to try to control the back end just a little bit. When reactive, it's just a little too much overall shape, a little too responsive. Now I'm going to switch spots with Mr. 40, 139 here. Try the whole Cheetah thing. Remember, this does have a 500 pattern. So I can probably soften up just a hair or move a little further right. That wasn't too bad in terms of how smooth it stayed there. I didn't hate that. But I'm going to throw probably 2, 3, 4 shots or something like that with the concept initially, and then I'll switch over to that 78U. And I think you can see a lot more traditional urethane shape out of the 78. But I find it interesting what they're attempting to do here. Just a little further right. That was reasonable in terms of the overall shape there. Still not quite slowing down quite like urethane does, but I see it. You definitely see the difference in what they're trying to do here in terms of that comparison to the level. I mean, I can still see it trying to dig, despite not having any flare. I mean, it's about as close as you get before you get down into a spare ball. This is probably the least amount of differential available in a ball that is not a plastic ball or the axe.
Yeah, I'd say a twister zip pretty down there, but yeah.
Yeah.
You're like low end.
For sure. Another shot here. That was a little up the lane. What's that do? Neat. I like that. I mean, I'm going to throw probably a reactive piece here just on top of that here in a little bit too. Just because I want to see if is he up the lane there on purpose right now, or is it was that ball that just gave me that look there?
Now, if I was I'm throwing the Bionic right now. It's obviously 44-foot pattern. Goes pretty clean because of the 4,000. I would hit it with a pad if I was trying to line up with this.
Sure. Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably a great piece for transition though.
Yeah,
something that's still a stronger ball that once a little friction develops, you're able to kind of bounce it off.
You can see it revving. You can see it like with the color swirl. You can see it go. Oh.
I got behind it a little bit. I did get firm with that one too, so let's throw one more. Throw one more with the concept, and I'll try the 78. See how different it looks in that same zone.
I'm gonna jump in a little bit here.
Well, we compare to the Bionic 2 and the SPI brand. So if we're sticking just with Storm, hopefully nothing. Otherwise, why they're coming out of the new ball. I think the phases are probably the closest. Once you get some shots on the Bionic, I feel like it cleans up to the point where maybe not quite as clean as the Phase 2 Pearl, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, so that shot there, I jumped in and tried to go like 15 into the track a little bit.
Sure.
Try and roll it up the middle.
Do you think of anything else in the SPI brand families that is going to be close to that? I feel like that's fairly unique in terms of especially like finish and really trying to fit. He seems like it's trying to fit in between a Phase 2 and a Phase 2 Pearl.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I feel like that. Like I told you, I feel like they've been trying to find a ball to somewhat replace a Phase 2 for a long time. Not numbers wise, that's an easy thing, but trying to get the ball to give that similar type roll.
All right, nutmeg special. But still, even that one got a little further right. And I know he had a couple that jumped off the spot when they got further right to an extent. And that one didn't really do that. Hey, hey, Bionic messengers are us.
Man, that's pretty good.
All right, I'm gonna throw one more at the concept. I'm gonna switch over to that 78U and see how
we
it
bowled
looks like.
league on this pattern. It seemed like you could play to the right because there's just a little bit of friction, but not enough.
Right.
I found that the best shots was getting to like right where I'm at now. Just trap it up in the oil.
Oh boy, that was the worst shot of the day for me. Glad that was the only one we're throwing. Sheesh. I'm still in there.
When we bowled league on, I could take my concept. I could play 6-7, like
6-7.
right there. Yeah, 6-7. That wasn't intentional.
No
But play there.
ticket, 853,
But
153.
as the lane transitioned from there, the ball didn't go through the pins the right way. And then I found when I took just a regular reactive ball, stepped into the middle a little bit, kept it in front of me, it was a much better ball reaction.
Once again, guys, if you are tuning in and you're looking at this, feel free to like and share the stream. I want to give everybody a chance to win one of those free buddy chamois. You know, chamois and a shirt and maybe another chamois and what other buddy stuff we got laying around up there. You're going to get a merch pack. We're going to select that winner at the end of the stream. And I'm going to switch over to the 78U as Chris throws another one with Bionic. That looked pretty good.
Yeah, that's what we saw in league the other night was if you could keep it up the middle of the lane a little bit. You might plaque 10, but you could control the pocket a little bit better.
Sure. Sheesh.
I felt like the pattern, if you tried to get right of 10, almost like they tried to defeat your thing a little bit by making the ball hook just a touch early.
Yeah.
And then drift. So I felt like I would see my concept like really hook one spot, then when I moved off of it wasn't. But I'll throw the concept just from out there. But Bionic looking pretty good when I get more into the middle of the lane.
Sure. Yeah, 78U. We're going to have to soften up a little bit, I think, on both of them. I think I'm going to read the lane the right way here. But I put that last one pretty much on top of where I was trying to put the concepts shot. So I'll soften up just a hair. Even that was just so much
go with the
smoother overall.
concept
That's
now.
crazy. Crazy difference in how smooth those two were there in relation. So, and I think that just goes back to a ball that's hooking earlier, not responding as sharply, and once it sees to find friction. So, I mean, that's no surprise to me. Never even
But you
thought
can see it
about
hit the lane early, and then
Yep.
if they're playing a lot tighter. Obviously, over there I was on 41 to 44 the first two games last night, so a little more friction there.
All right, I'm gonna move a little further right. I feel like I have to.
That had no chance.
Yeah, that was crazy. A little further right, a little softer on my end. That is a little closer to that urethane shape that we were looking for there. Saw the friction, but didn't go dead sideways down lane, so definitely looks a little closer.
Might block the camera here.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw one more in that same area with the 78, just to see if it's something that's repeatable, if it looks the same.
Get there.
And I'm gonna put the concept over top of it.
Boy, me and on the gutter.
Even that says 16.2. I ain't got that. That's pretty good.
But you're almost doing what I was saying, where you got you want to throw it up into the shim a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, there was just two shots from the 78. That's kind of what I expected between those two as we got towards friction. Ball didn't go dead sideways. So I'm going to do the concept pretty much right on top, or at very least try to. See how much sharper it is. Chris throwing his. Same guy. That ball's really getting behind it.
I was laughing at my swing because the kid over open bowling just goes, he threw a shot and he goes, I'll clean up my mess, which is what
Hey.
it's like a nice little bowling thing there. I thought that was pretty funny. He's just an open bowler.
Same part of the lane. Same speed. definitely a little sharper off that spot. I mean, you could really see it as it hit that friction, or right before it hit the friction, kind of accelerate a little bit, and then really kind of just, I'm not gonna say jackknife because that's not really what it felt like, but it's definitely sharper off that spot as it went through the face there. Despite having half the differential or less than what or actually it's about half the differential what that 78 has.
Yeah, I think the thing about the 78, it flares so much, and it's a low RG, so it really revs up early.
Exactly. Which makes me interested, because obviously they're going to try a 16 diff ball with a lower RG as well. So I wonder if they're, in their whole process here, if they've already decided that wasn't the way to go with the concept. This concept's in the dead opposite direction. 261 is a crazy high RG, and for a ball it's supposed to hook, so. A little better? That's probably, yeah, that's it right there. It's like what you had to do on that.
Yeah, and what's funny is I felt like I couldn't get that close to the gutter on the other pairs to the right.
Yeah.
Because of how much friction there is on that section.
I'm going to bump my speed up just a little.
I feel like
that's definitely a lot more responsive once it sees that.
Yeah, I feel like in league, if I could have gotten on the gutter that much, I would have stayed with it.
Yeah.
The problem was when I kept going right, if I went right off a flat 10 and the ball was too early, when I moved the other way, it wasn't enough.
Hey, Brandon, you getting your Evil Eye and No Doubt, as well as Mary's ball should be there today, as well as you'll see. You'll have to open up your package and see what we sent you. Guys, feel free to like and share this as we're still throwing on Cheetah on the left lane.
If I don't get around it, it just
tumbles and goes forward.
Just so forward. That's partly because the pin's so high, but.
All right. So I'm gonna see if I can do it like you did, since I have just a hair more surface on this one, where you bumped in a little bit, stay a little softer, and see if it around the shape out. But I think I'm gonna be in the same boat as you, where it's gonna do it once and then maybe not necessarily do it so much. Still saying I'm gonna stay a little softer at the speed. Not throw it at the gutter, but get it pretty close. That's not better. And that's kind of the shape that I was expecting to see out of that. So that is nice to be able to move in and be like, oh, this ball is definitely going to be a little more angular, but not crazy. It's not going to be. It can't be. It can't be crazy angular just because of the nature of the ball. So.
Yeah, flip my hand around that one a little bit.
I'm over here fighting taking out tape, and I need to take out the tape, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to hang up in the right direction.
I do that a lot too. I'll be like, we'll be a knee or something. I'm like, I can get a couple more shots without taking a piece of tape
maybe I can wait until the next game. Just take it out, folks. You got to get that fit right. Yeah, so all these balls both these balls are available on the 27th, but you can go to buddiesproshop.com now and you can pre-order it. Get this, get yourself in line. Still staying a little softer. This concept on there now. Oh, that one got much further right. What does that do? Yeah, that was a little further right and just not even trying to go after it. So if you want to leave the 4-8-10, that's how it happens.
I think you can make this.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm just hoping to hit the 4-pin then.
One side of it.
This one's for all our viewers. We'll shoot it off. Why not? If I can get my thumb out of it. That is.
Number 3 on the day.
Just get one.
Push it off.
I got the hard one. Got the hard one. I mean, I feel like I called it, though. I said I wanted to hit the 4-pin, and here I was.
That's all you hit?
I hit it. We'll keep throwing a couple more here. Probably we'll make sure to go after it just a little bit. It is a 16 diff ball, so last one was just a little nice to it. Trying to get out of it. Yo, that was a good shot. It's a little softer. That's the right idea. Nothing too crazy off of that one coming down lane. Even with, felt like I got a little more around that one too, but it still kind of blended it out. So that was cool.
All right. What are we going to throw now? We'll try the Rockstar. We'll get back into...
Man, this thing just sucks up oil so fast. I know we don't have the other camera down to see, but I'm watching it. You watch it disappear before your eyes. So if you want a ball that'll show you magic tricks.
That one went.
Yeah, it just I never even thought about it.
Yeah.
It's just saying a little softer on 39. Just circling it, having some fun. That one's up the lane. Does that do it? Ah, geez. That's unfortunate.
All right, I'll see if I can make this.
Do it for the gram, as they say. Or maybe they don't even say that anymore. I have no idea. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Feel free to drop in the comments where you're tuning in from. I know that happens sometimes, but I'm always interested to see who are we getting in from where.
That wasn't even close. All right, we got to throw a couple good ones here.
I was going to say, we got a little bit of time left. Same thing here, just a little steeper. Hey. I was definitely trying to be a little steeper, a little softer with it, so that was interesting that it continued through there. Kind of thought I missed that one at the bottom, too. But this ball has...
That was pretty good.
For being a urethane-like ball, it has so much more shape in the back part of the lane. Just I feel like
yours actually flares
it's not
like
seeing it, so
yours gets like a half-inch of flare.
This
a little more.
I was gonna say this is 3 3/8 for my axis, but as I found out the other day, it's probably closer to 3 now. But yeah, still is.
You're in the range.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I could get this thing to flare just a little bit more, I was gonna try to. It's like why even bother trying to trigger the layout?
Yeah, mine doesn't.
I'm messing with 18 divs, so can't change it that much.
Yeah, I tried to. Who knew what to do? So I just did that.
You get a little nicer, a little softer. Oh my lord! My poor heart. And I just want to go back and say about again how sharp this is. Even though we're on Cheetah, it's going to be a little bounce from there anyway, but. Just how responsive it is off there. I know if I throw urethane in that same direction, I couldn't do all the tricks in the world to get it to make that corner. So
my ball hydroplane.
I don't care what urethane I'm throwing. I can throw the deepest of the purples. It ain't gonna do what that just did. So,
all right. So we can see the Rockstar is trying.
Yeah,
but it's not going anywhere. So we're gonna try the Bionic in that same area, which was pretty good before.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was worried about.
Yeah, I just left that.
That's funny. You know, I picked one of these up left-handed the other day. I'll go ahead and shoot another one. Same ball. I don't know if I'm going to have as much luck on Cheetah as picking this up. We'll see. I was leaving it too. All right.
Good, I kept it in front of me.
Left-handed action. Oh, that ain't getting left of the
spin E. Oh, I thought you had it. A little too much top spin.
Well, yeah, well,
little kick down.
No,
no thumb or anything.
No thumb in there. Got to try not to squeeze and
say hard to hold on to it.
Yeah, she's sharp. Oh my goodness! I wish I would just take some tape out, but it's not going to happen. Catch Chris throwing another shot here. See, I got a little bigger thumb, but hey now.
If anything, you can see the maybe because the NRG, which is a particle cover stock.
Yeah.
Just a little more, even though it's a smoother finish, a little more
bite to it as it
down.
comes up
Yeah,
back.
throughout the back. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Also, Rockstar has been sitting a while. Tried freshening it up this morning.
I haven't thrown a thumb with bevel in it, and I can't tell you how long.
Oh, did not get
I'll
around
throw
that
one more. Oh my goodness! On camera, folks. Back to back. He's had 2 logs today.
2. That was a good
And
one.
that was a good one. We like the ones that do tricks to knock the pins over, as long as they
Yeah.
knock the pins over.
That was pretty good.
Sheesh.
So I see. I actually so far liking the Bionic. Gives me that Rockstar Phase 2 benchmarkish roll. I just feel like if I was bowling on something like this, I could see
Making sure you have some surface on it.
Yeah, I would put more surface on it.
Yeah.
Well,
in house shot, it's probably great.
I think the house shot
give you some control.
We saw me go over at 38 where the lanes are burned up a little bit. The ball was fabulous there.
Yeah, I had the most. I probably had the best looks from like my 3rd, 4th, or 5th shots in the 5-shot video, and I was once again just kind of curb it to the spot, and it still had plenty of bite to it, but it wasn't like dead left off my area. Dead left doesn't see the friction down lane, so it still had some control to it. So that was cool. I'm gonna throw another one here on 39 with the concept. And then I actually might throw the Bionic a little bit myself on this Cheetah pattern.
Oh, Christopher.
I was getting a little behind it too. Juiced it just a little bit. It's much easier for me to juice them with just that little bit of bevel on the thumb than it is without. It's kind of funny.
Hey, put some bevel.
I'm a little nicer with it.
What's bevel?
I know. I have a couple that are like just in case thumbs that, if I run into an issue, I'm not going to throw a sharp bevel with a cut in my thumb, but I'll throw anything if there's a little bevel. I'll bleed all over the place if I got to make a shot. So, all right. And I'm gonna switch over to that Bionic myself on lane 39, just cause. And once again, if you didn't catch it, we are bowling on a Cheetah on the left lane and a 44-foot junior gold pattern on the right lane. Detroit, on time. Gonna be just a little bit further left of what I was with the concept, but nothing crazy. That looked pretty good.
That's the ball I was going. I felt like that or the Rockstar probably be a little bit better with the higher volume.
Sure.
When the kids bowl Saturday morning, probably the best look of all the kids is Kylie, our young lady that's on Junior Team USA. She knows what she's doing. She throws a hyperdrive pearl, and she can get on top of it a little bit, and it's almost like it doesn't burn up, so it allows her to just get it. On the fresh, I feel like it's not great because she misses a little left, it goes. But once she gets a couple frames in and they transition, it's pretty good.
That looks better off than what the other ones were. So, but yeah, like you were saying, it's probably good to get a couple frames in on them and let them beat in a little bit, and then take something like that to it for sure. And it's a little bigger ball too, so if there is some urethane thrown in there, it could definitely still give you a look. And have any of you thrown the Ion series in general? Between the Ion Pros, the Ion Pro Solid, Max, and then obviously there's a Max Pro coming out. Let us know what you think of those. I feel like those are a very successful line in general. A lot of players are really into that, especially the Ion Pro Solid. It feels like a lot of people are still into that one. Ion Max is kind of tailed off, but I think there are some other big ball options out there now. But the Ion Pro Solid gives you a different look in comparison to a lot of the other things that are out. But yeah, it was very interesting to me to see this ball come out and be a symmetrical piece when the rest of the Ion line is not. So, but it seems to hold its own. Throw another shot here on 39. That was not a very good shot. I mean, a shrug. That's what I meant. You're right there, sir.
Hey. Staying here also, my hand poofed up a little bit.
Gotcha. Throw another one here at the Bionic. Maybe a little better shot than that last one. Give you guys something to actually see. Soften up on that one a little bit too. Might shoot at it just for fun. See if we can make one of these. Probably just a little too sharp still, but it's close. Make it for fun, they say. Got the 3-pin pretty firmly. Yeah, I agree. The Zero Mercy line is pretty hard to beat right now, I feel like. If they discontinue that though, either of those, I'm just gonna be sad. Well, no, I feel like we're at the very least, like you were talking about, have a pretty good benchmark line here. Throw another one. We'll move just a little left. Probably don't have to be quite as soft. That's what I think. Get this thing to really still see it. Interesting. As we're wrapping up, guys, feel free to, once again, like and share this. Get you guys a chance to win one of those Free Buddies merch packs. Let's see Chris get one in on lane 40. And this still looks pretty dull in comparison to mine, but I think I've got, like, probably about 6 games in on this one by now, the Bionic meaning. We'll throw another couple shots here, and then we'll get things wrapped up. Feel free to throw any feel free to throw any comments in there. We'll get them answered before we go. And I am just going to move just a little further right now. It wasn't that last one, but keep it firm. There we go. That's probably the right idea. Just stay a little firm, a little more on top of it.
Oh, boy.
That one got behind it, didn't it? One or two more here on lane 39 with it. Said just keeping that firm ball speed there. At least firm for your boy here. Enough to knock the 4-pin over twice. Man, that's interesting. As soon as you bump that ball speed up just a little bit, it really likes to get behind it. And that's just speaking to the nature of the pattern itself, having that little extra volume. Not quite as much for a bounce off the gutter as what you would expect to see on a cheetah pattern anyway. That was close. I like it. And I'm going to throw one more too. Probably just edge my feet one further right. We'll get one more in there for me. I think we're watching some folks coach down lane, I guess. Does it smell as good as it looks? Which one are we talking about, Max? I think it must smell okay, but never really dive deep into the super cult-like part of the smells. However, my Bionic doesn't smell too much anymore. The concept still has something. I think that's funny too. Some of those balls, the scent will last forever. I'm going to throw one more here on lane 39, the Bionic. And like I said, I'm just staying a little bit more firm in a thumb that has let me absolutely fly out of it. So. Might go back and clip that one later. Big fan of the 9 pins getting out of there. That was sick. The Bionic smells okay. Remember what the scent was on it. It was like cobbler or cherry cobbler, I think is what it was. And I'm for sure ending on the last hit that I had, and I'm probably going to go back and clip it later.
All right.
Yeah, I'll throw two and a shot. Just look. I don't even know if I still have these left in me.
Do you remember how it started?
Not a chance. Especially with the ball speed thing, man, that's tough. Oh my goodness. Yeah, struck anyway, baby. Come on. All right. We're gonna go ahead and bring everybody back. Whew. All right. I think we did it. It took a little bit. A little sketchy at first, as always, with our audio, but we got it done. So I'll let you hit off first. What are your thoughts here on both these pieces?
Well, first, the Bionic, truly another benchmark piece. Falls on the lines of the Phase 2.
Sure.
Phase 2 Pearl. Probably right in between there, like you were saying, maybe because of the finish. Like the roll of it. Looked like it's pretty good. If I was not bowling on a house shot, I would probably hit it with like a 500, 2000.
Right.
Just to
give it some teeth.
Create some teeth that'll hold up a little bit longer. Concept, pretty much what they're trying to figure out is how to get closer to a urethane-ish reaction.
Sure.
Obviously, there are going to be events. The reason they come up with stuff like this, there's going to be events this year, the U.S. Open, the Masters, where players can't throw urethane.
Right.
So they're trying to figure out how to give them control, allow them to keep the balls in front of them without the balls going sideways. Yeah, the ball definitely does that.
Sure.
So, if somebody's bowling a house shot, do you need a concept? They probably need some friction.
Not. I was going to say, yeah. I think if you yank that thing up the middle of the lane, or you used to play in the middle of the lane, and you get that thing up in the puddle,
it's just going to go straight.
It's going to go very straight. Absolutely.
So
16 diffs, so you can't really expect too much of that one.
Yeah. But like I said, interesting idea there of the oil going in fast. I get why they're trying to do it. So.
And it does, too. Not that we've thrown a shot with it, but all the oil lines, I guarantee, are already gone in the concept. So if you want to see a magic trick on a ball, I mean, just let this thing roll through some oil, bring it back, let it sit for about 30 seconds. It's gone. So,
overall, obviously, one's really of a tournament piece.
Yeah.
The other one's more of a benchmark house shot tournament piece.
Sure. And once again, this is going back to the urethane issue in general, that urethane is meant for something that has a little bit more volume in the front part of the lane anyway. So going to the same thing with the concept, if you're thinking of this as being a ball for really dry lanes or something like that, not quite the area that I would put it in. Does need a little bit of friction, especially with something that's likes to have some shape to it for it being a control piece. But yeah, beyond that, I wouldn't say that you'd want lanes that are hooking super, super early. And I can promise you, through my testing of it, you don't.
Yeah, when it hooks early, it definitely stands up very quick.
Yeah, and it's going to force you left, and you're going to have to almost go around it. And then if it gets a little behind it, once it's in the puddle. For the concept for me, I'm going to have it as a tournament piece myself, but I'm going to keep surface on it just to. It was the same thing with the level. I want to make sure I had some surface on it to make sure it was going to stay slowing down throughout the entire block for me. Probably like a 500 or 360 to stay on there. It does come at 1,000, which is pretty beefy. I think it's like a pitch black. I think comes at 1,000. Maybe it was the.
Exactly,
I think yeah. So. Yeah, it's got a lot of teeth of it right out of the gate, but just to make sure that it stays that way just a little bit throughout a block, I'll probably do that. But if you are somebody throwing it on something like a house shot, and that's what you're using it for, the 1,000 is probably plenty, and you let a lane shine up, and you get to see what it does from there. It does shape quite a bit for a ball with 16 diff and a 261 RG, so, I mean, it's...
Yeah, I mean, it tells you how strong the cover is.
Yeah, so, I mean, exactly. Just like he was saying, I mean, it absorbs oil really fast, so I can definitely see what they're trying to do with that part of it. Bionic for me was, I needed a little friction after the initial 4,000 wore off it, 2 shots in. I definitely needed a little bit to bounce off of. I think it's going to be great, like he said, for a benchmark piece for house shots or something that's going to be like a transitional piece as you're trying to get in and there's a little bit to throw it to. So,
overall, good stuff.
Yeah, overall, definitely look pretty good there. If you like what you see, feel free to like and share this video. I'm going to go through here and grab our winner here in just a second. But also keep an eye out as next week we're going to have another review. And this time I have the Combat Hybrid, which I did shine mine up. I haven't thrown any shots with it, so I'm going to be interested to see what that does, as well as a Crown Victory Pearl. So those are definitely going to be on the list for next week. If we want to throw another 1 or 2 in there, it kind of depends. We have some other ones too. So
and Crown Victory Pearl, I'm imagining is going to be very angular.
Yes, which that's kind of what I was looking for out of the original Crown Victory, and I know that one has been ran to the rave. But it kind of killed out after a little bit, I felt like. So kind of lost a little bit of luster. So I'm hoping that the Victory Pearl is a good substitute for that. So I'm going to go grab our winners, or winner rather.
I'll stay here and just look pretty.
And he's going to look pretty.
I
I appreciate you guys tuning in.
My thumb just swells standing.
And our winner, our winner is Shane Rivera. So Shane, thank you for tuning in and liking and sharing the stream and all that good stuff. We appreciate everybody tuning in and continue to support this as we're trying to get back into things after the beginning of the year. So probably won't have too many gaps in there with this. Feels like the season when
They're gonna be
ball after ball after ball. They're going to keep doing it to us. So
Nationals is coming.
that's it too. So they're going to keep putting out balls. We're going to keep putting out these live reviews for you guys. So once again, congratulations to Shane. Thank everybody for watching. Other than that, check these out at buddiesproshop.com.
Yeah.
Have a good weekend. Stay safe.
Have a great one, everybody. Go Bowl.
Go Bowl, baby. Go Bowl.